get myself to a point where I really, really love Him. And it will happen with worship. It will happen when I pray. It will happen when I stay in touch, when I fellowship with Him, when I pray consistently. We explain the difference between having a time out with God and praying without ceasing. Then fasting. And sometimes I need to deny myself of meals to set my affection on God. The Bible says, I have desired the word of your mouth above my necessary food. Then giving. The Bible says, where a man's treasure is, that is where his heart is. It means I can place my heart with God by giving to the things of God. That money doesn't just, our heart follows our money. And where a man's treasure is, there his heart also is. So if you want to set direction for your heart, put your money in that direction. We shared this, and we stopped at the third part where it says, be a witness. Can I say, be a witness?
Be a witness.
Look at the person beside you, and say, be a witness.
Be a witness.
Look at the person beside you, and say, be a witness.
Be a witness.
People of God, this is very important. I'm saying, have a discipleship plan. Understand that all our desires this year. I want to be wealthy. Done. I want to impact my generation. Done. I want to XYZ. Done. All of them are done in the context of my connectivity with the vine and my productivity to bear fruit. That once I am aligned in that direction, I can have whatever I will. Understand this. It's not a New Testament reality alone. It's there in the Old Testament. I showed you Solomon. Solomon understood that. And we have him for an example. He understood that all I need to ask for here is what God wants. If I can ask for what God wants, everything else. You know what God said? God didn't say, I will give you wisdom. Go and read the Bible. God said, I have given you. Because reality is, it even takes wisdom to ask for that kind of thing. So I have given you wisdom. And everything else that you didn't ask for, riches, honor, if you follow your father's footsteps, I'll give you long life as bonus. Let's forget how we squandered it. But understand that the key place, understand this, that the key place is a place where you represent God. You know, I'm seeing something in my mind. You say, I rep God. I represent God. And you can get yourself to a state of life where that is your reality. You represent God. Then God is committed to everything that concerns you. Now, how can I be a witness? God's will is that people will be saved. His will is for the lost to be reconciled. God's will for our lives is that we find a way to align ourselves with His will in everything that we're doing. You know, this year, the first thing we share with ourselves is that we said it's not about you. We said take yourself out of the picture, understand it. That the moment you are able to realize that you are just a part of a bigger structure and the agenda of that structure is to bear fruit, your life becomes different. And last week we said these are the things that we need to do. We said if I want to be a witness, now everything there are requirements. I'm going to get a tracker that we all have and tick and write our goals. Because the same way we are tracking our finances, we need to track this. Are we together? What we see, I am happy if we are 12. Trust me. I am happy if we are 12 and we are doing it, than if we are 500 and we are deceiving ourselves. God does not need your money. God needs you ahead of your resources. When God has you, you realize that your money is a very small thing. You realize true stewardship. God needs you connected to His purpose, connected to His agenda. So what's the first thing we need to do? The first thing we need to do is who? Who am I going to witness to? In many societies and countries where witnessing and sharing the gospel is a crime. I am privileged and live in a country where it's not a crime. Altogether. But in countries where it is a crime, what they tell them to do is, once you get saved, your first assignment is write down the names of 10 people who are not likely to kill you if you share the gospel with them. If you tell them that you are saved, the people that will not kill you, write down their names. You know what Jesus Christ said? Jesus Christ said, "O Chorazin, the children of Sodom and Gomorrah will rise against you in judgment." He said, because until they saw the wonders that you saw, they will have changed. Are we together? He said, oh, you people, the land of Nineveh will rise against you in judgment, because they listened to the message of Jonah. He said, but behold, you are here, and a greater than Jonah is here. I am not paying attention. Ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you that on the day of judgment, the people of Saudi Arabia will rise against you. The people of China will rise against you. I was reading I was reading Watchman Nee's biography, and I realized he was jailed in 1952, and he died in 1972 in jail for preaching the gospel, for witnessing. 1952. Now, of course, China didn't define what they were doing, so they allowed missionaries to come in. Missionaries came in 1930, he was preaching the gospel, he was doing all sorts of things, he was setting up churches, he was setting up churches, he was planting churches all over the place. 1952, they said, what's going on here? They sent out all the missionaries away from China, and they got the guys who are Chinese, who are actively preaching the gospel, and locked them up in jail. Now, you and I have an environment where we are unlimited, where we are